The latest Warrior Cats book came out just about 2 weeks ago, so I decided to make a video going over it. Of course, this video will be containing spoilers. You have been warned. The first thing I'd like to talk about is Squirrelstar, because, man, she is finally a leader. I was scared that they're gonna pull something out like, oh, StarClan won't speak to us, so she can't become leader. And, like, they did that once, but then they went back and tried again and it worked. Because it was cloudy or something or whatever, some dumb excuse. That was really stupid, honestly. Didn't have to do that. It just felt like a waste of time, but whatever. She's leader. I'm happy about it. And I also like that Ivy Pool's deputy, because she is a strong cat and she deserves to be in a leader position, or like a position of power, I should say. It's great that both the leader and deputy are female, considering like the gender ratio in the series, because there have definitely been more males in power throughout the series. So it's nice that it's starting to even out a little bit. After the first attempt of Squirrelflight, or Squirrelstar now, getting her 9 lives, it was weird that they made her accidentally lead everyone to Sky Clan. It was like such a weird way of them to to bring up a tree. Like, it just made Squirrelflight seem stupid or something. Like, I don't understand the point of that scene. It was just really weird. Like, is that really the best way you could have thought about tree? You know, you could have just suggested that at the gathering. But whatever. I'll let it slide, I guess. Definitely brings down my thoughts on the book, even though it's just one scene. It was just really weird. Alright, the next character I'd like to talk about is Sunbeam. So in this book, Nightheart went on a journey with Frostpaw, so Sunbeam had to adjust to being in ThunderClan on her own. Like, Nightheart was gone for most of the time. I liked that they made that decision. Like, at first, I didn't know how I felt about it, but I'm really glad they did that, because it really shows that Sunbeam had way more of a reason to leave her clan than just to be with Nightheart. Because, like, if the sole reason was just being with Nightheart, then that would be lame, and that would make me not like her character that much. And I really do like Sunbeam, so that would really be a shame. I feel like they're really fixing what they did with Bristlefrost last arc. Like, I liked Bristlefrost a lot, but then she sort of just became Rootspring's love interest. And I also butchered Rootspring's character in that arc, so I don't really care about Rootspring anymore either, which is really sad, because I did really like them both as a character. Or both as characters. But they're just kind of ruined for me in the last couple of books. Oh, I guess in the last book, Bristlefrost was fine. But whatever, let's get back to talking about Thunder. I also really liked that Sparkpelt and Finchlight were so welcoming to Sunbeam. It was really sweet. They treated her like she was family, more so than her actual family does, so that was really wholesome. I really love how they stuck up for her, and like, it really made a huge effort to make her feel welcome. It's just so sweet. Alright, so next I'm going to talk about Nightheart. Nightheart was fine in this book. He didn't really do anything too special. Like, he went on the journey with Frostpaw. So, he was basically just supporting her the entire time, which was nice, but he was definitely the least important character in this book. Like I said, he was just fine for a reason. Like, it was nice to see him support Frostpaw and help her through, like, her trauma, like, when she was stuck on the tree. Because it reminded her of her mother dying, which is just really sad. So that was nice to see. Also, like, that he got along with the park cats. And it was really annoying that, like, that Nightheart would always just, like, think and talk about, I miss Sunbeam so much. Like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, it's understandable that he would worry and stuff. And that's realistic. But it just felt like that was most of his character this book. And it got pretty repetitive and annoying for me, personally. But, I didn't dislike him or anything. Alright, so now on to Frostpaw. I liked Frostpaw more in this book than I did in every other book. Like, in every other book, I liked her, but I wasn't too big of a fan of her. Like, in this book, it made me like her a lot more. I feel like the team did a good job, like, writing characters in this book specifically. Like, it was nice to see her trying to overcome her trauma and, like, discover who tried to kill her. Like, it was so obvious that it was Splashtail. So I'm glad that the narrative, made it, like, they could have made it more clear, but I'm glad that they, mentioned that Frostpaw, like, kind of knew deep down that it was Splashtail and was just lying to herself about it, basically. Because if they tried to make it some huge twist, I would have rolled my eyes. Like, in last arc, it was so obvious that Ash was the imposter, and they tried to make it this huge reveal. Like, yeah, we all already knew it was Ash from like, the first book. It was nice to see her meditate, because that was, like, basically therapy. Very therapeutic. That was pretty nice. I feel like, Warriors doesn't really touch on mental health that much. I don't know, like, I've never, like, seen them do anything, like, therapeutic in the series before, so it was just really nice to see. Also, it made me happy that Frostpaw was angry at StarClan, like, why are you making me go on this journey? And it's like, for real. And, like, they're being so vague and I won't tell her anything. Gosh, it's so annoying. So it just made me happy that she was, like, thinking the same things I was thinking, like, just tell her. But I understand what they were going for. Like, they made her go on this journey so she could, like, figure it out at her own pace, because, like, all of this has been really traumatic for her. So it makes sense this time around, but, like, StarClan be annoying like that. The Park Cats were fine. I don't really have any strong feelings on them, like, as a whole or individually. Like, it was cool to see their way of life and, like, them play, I guess. But I wasn't particularly fond of any of them. It's nice that we're gonna get Wafflepaw, and it was so obvious that, like, at least two of the Park Cats, or at least one of the Park Cats, I should say, we're gonna go back to the clans, because that always happens when they meet a new group of cats. So that was pretty predictable. I'm fine with that. Like, they're joining ThunderClan, right? So I was thinking they'd want to join RiverClan. Like, I know RiverClan's a mess right now, so they really can't. But since they have knowledge on Riverstar, like, they've heard a bunch of stories about him, I would think they'd want to join RiverClan. But whatever, it makes sense to joining ThunderClan instead. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention Curlfeather. I found it pretty obvious, and so did a lot of other people, that she was not a good mother. Like, she was working with Splashtail. I also thought that everybody else on that patrol was, and maybe there are, who knows. It could just be Curlfeather that was working on Splashtail, but I don't remember the other cat's names. Duskfur or something. I don't know. Like, Curlfeather's mother. Like, she was also on the patrol, and there was, like, one other cat, I think. I thought they also had something to do with Retail's death, but that hasn't been confirmed nor denied yet. So I guess we're gonna have to wait and see about that. But yeah, I was not surprised that Curlfeather was a horrible mother. Like, yeah, she saves Frostpaw in the end. But you're, like, it's saying stuff like, oh, Frostpaw always believes me. It's like, dang, girl, that's pretty messed up. Manipulating your child like that. And, like, we don't even know why she wanted to be leader. I guess it's just, like, because she's ambitious. But I want there to be more of a reason than that. Like, hopefully Frostpaw will get to speak with Curlfeather so we can hear her side of the story, I guess. That would be pretty cool. Like, I know she wasn't able to see her this book, but the Dark Force and StarClan do connect. So it would be possible for Frostpaw to speak to her and see her again. So I hope that happens at some point. Also, I don't think this book made it clear on whether Frostpaw is going to, like, be a medicine cat or not, because they make it clear that she originally wasn't supposed to be, which is why she didn't have a connection with StarClan early on. But she has one now. So I think what they're going for is, like, oh yeah, you weren't originally supposed to be a medicine cat, but now you are. But I've also seen people say that, like, she's not supposed to be a medicine cat, so she's like not going to be one, like, after this. So I don't know. I've seen mixed thoughts on that, mixed opinions. And then there's also the theory of her becoming leader. I really don't think that's gonna happen. Like, I honestly hope it doesn't. I'd be fine with her being deputy, I guess, but not leader. She would just be making herself leader. She's walking into RiverClan like, yo, sup guys, I'm your leader. It's like, girl, what? You're an apprentice and you faked your death. What the heck? So I don't think that's gonna happen. I hope it doesn't. That would be kind of dumb. I can't even lie. And she's just a kid. How's she gonna lead a whole clan? It would be cool if Mothwing becomes leader. I know a lot of people think that's gonna happen, and I think that would be pretty cool. But she doesn't want to be leader. And I don't know, she's old. She's kind of old. I guess Squirrelflight is also old. Leafstar's really old. How is she still alive? But, it's possible. I mean, StarClan did say it's someone unexpected. So, I don't know. It could be Mothwing. I felt like the journey could have been shorter. Like, it's understandable that they stayed at the park that long. Like, Nightheart and Frostpaw. But the journey to get there lasted way too long for my liking. Like, it could have been only like 3 chapters, but what was it, like 6? So that was kind of annoying. But oh yeah, and also like I feel like they didn't like talk that much. Like at the end of the journey, like they're friends, they get along, they like each other. But I feel like they could have communicated more, I guess. I don't know, that seems to be a problem with like a lot of Warriors books when it comes to traveling, like in A New Prophecy. I feel like the cats could have communicated with each other more, but they're like, yeah, we're all good friends. But like now, in present day, like they don't really seem to acknowledge that they went on a journey, like whenever they communicate with each other. Like there was like sometimes Squirrelflight or like Crowfeather or whatever, like bump into each other, like talk and like whatever. But yeah, they don't really acknowledge that much that they were on the journey together. But it is what it is. When Frostpaw and Nightheart got back in like during the gathering, I was like, why didn't they walk in? I guess it makes sense that they're gonna listen first, but I thought they're just gonna walk in and be like, yo, we're back. But nope. It's like, what's hide in the bush, guys? Let's listen. I don't know, it was kind of annoying. I wanted them to like just announce themselves, be like, yo, sup, we're back. But actually, that probably wouldn't have been smart, considering Splashtail tried to kill her and he was there. So I don't know, maybe that was a smart thing to do. It just would have been cool to see them walk in and be like, yo, sup, we're back. But I can see why they made the decision not to. Also, Splashtail is leader of RiverClan, bro. Who could have saw this coming? I like this plot point. It's pretty good. Reminding me of Tigerstar. Big Tigerstar, the first vibes. Oh yeah, and of course, I have to mention Berryheart just prowling in, being like, yo, Tigerstar, get out. We don't want you here. And then like Berryheart being like, yeah, even Puddleshine supports me, and Puddleshine like, no, bro, it's just showing you how stupid this is. That was great. Berryheart is such a Karen. I did not expect her to get exiled, though. That was kind of crazy. But, like, from the next book's blurb, we can see that she's still gonna be involved in the story. Like, she's still gonna be around the clans. Because, let's be honest, there's no way she's not gonna be communicating with Sunbeam. There's just no way. That's just going to happen. There's no getting around that. But, it was also really nice to see Sunbeam just stick up to her mother in front of, like, everybody. That was awesome. Sunbeam is such a queen. That's pretty much all I have to say on this book. It was pretty good, and I think it was one of the best books we've had in a while. Like, a lot of the recent books have been lacking, especially the super editions. Except I don't know about Riverstar's Home because I haven't read that one yet. I couldn't even finish One Star's Confession because it was just that bad, and Leopard Star's Honor was also horrendous. So I'm kind of scared to read Riverstar's Home. I've heard that it's better than the previous two though, so I should probably give it a chance. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give this book a 7, maybe 7.5 out of 10. It was pretty good. It was a solid book, and it got me excited for the next one. I didn't really have high expectations to begin with, so I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I wasn't expecting this book to be bad, but I wasn't really expecting it to be good either. Just maybe somewhere in the middle. So, I was pleasantly surprised. But anyways, thank you for watching. Comment down below your thoughts on the book. And, like, maybe some points you agree with or disagree with. I would love to hear what you think about it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great day.